This is a video on the dynamics of interesting careers. The first point is every single person who hears this every single person alive needs to identify, which is a choice, who are the people around within an hour or two of public transportation or driving who have interesting careers, whose careers interest you a lot, and meet them, period. That's it. Find the people around you whose careers are interesting to you and meet them. You absolutely have to do this because every day, month, year that you don't do this, you're going to make tens of thousands of decisions that don't move in a good direction for you. And the sooner you meet people whose careers greatly interest you, look interesting to you, the sooner you're going to make those tens of thousands of quotidian decisions correctly. And the problem, almost the definition of middle class person, is a person who doesn't have the courage, feels like they're not important enough to find and meet the most creative, interesting people around them everywhere, at work and at home. So you draw a 2-hour radius of travel from work or home, and middle class people never find who the interesting people are in that radius and never visit them. Never, never. They feel like that's beyond their station in life. That's what defines middle class, that kind of cowardice. And so the beginning of having an interesting career is actually finding people whose careers interest you and visiting them. If you lack the courage for that, you're not going to be able to change yourself or develop, and you're unlikely to luck out. Number two, the reason why you have to visit the people is that ideas, however correct, unless they are attached with a strongly motivated person holding the idea, have no power. This is the problem of colleges, the problem of the internet, the problem of software companies pushing technologies on us, all these devices and iPhones and images and stuff like that. They don't have a person attached to each idea on them pushing to me us how wonderful this stuff is. And an idea unpackaged with a motivated person has almost no power in this world. It's ideas in a tandem with a motivated person who originated the idea and is promoting it, or who just happened to learn it and then really do something with it and now is telling you about it. And so you really want that tight connection of idea and motivated person, because once that split is made, the ideas become nearly worthless, however correct they are, and powerless. Now, I did at the University of Chicago Excellent Science Research Project, which I founded and designed, have hundreds of MBAs for me visit people, 150 people in 63 different professions and 41 different nations with highly interesting careers. And we asked the people who nominated them why those careers were highly interesting to them. And then we asked the people doing those careers what made those careers interesting to do. And we found 16 types of interesting careers. We found 16 career moves of interesting careers. We found 16 operations these people applied to their careers to change and modify and improve them. And we found 16 approaches to making a career that they had. And I've got an article you can look up on the web that lays all of those out. We also found a second layer of things, which is 16 rules about careers, 16 constraints on careers, and 16 kind of tools these people use to have really interesting careers. We also found, very interestingly, that there were 8 in parallel careers these people worked on. Every week or month at the minimum, these people worked on their life work, which you do for love regardless of money, their job, which they do for money, their hobby, which they do for relaxation, and their profession, which they do for getting their next job and for learning and improving from people who share similar jobs with them. And they developed intellect development, self-development, social development, and career development tactics. So those are 8 paths they simultaneously worked on every week and month. So they had a career, yes, but they had this 8 threads that they wove into that career to make it. I'll repeat them for your benefit, which is life work for love, job for money, hobby for relaxation, profession for getting next job and for upgrading skills in people who have similar jobs to you, and intellect development, self-development, social development, and career development. Those 8 paths weave into the career you have. So you don't put all your eggs in one organization so that that organization can threaten, scare, and control you. You're always going to get double the income if you get fired anywhere a week later, because you already prepared that week later job, and actually you're sort of enduring being with your existing organization all the time, because you know across the street the grass really is greener because you prepared it. Now there's what's called career depth. Career depth is a model I built called the 64 Creativity Power Dynamics. This is liberation, freedom, historic dream, and conserving novelty. It's sort of the basic social revolution process from Hannah Arendt, the basic personal power building process from Rollo May, the basic 4 stages of career development from Robert Kagan's research, and a dozen other models like that. The 4 basic kinds of social relationships from Fisk's research in sociology, the 4 kinds of political culture in Wildavsky, Thompson, and Ellis's book on culture theory. It's a blend of many different similar 4-step paths through life. And you get career depth by realizing which of those 4 steps you're in and doing all the dynamics that are laid out there. And then there's the issue of tipping points versus 10,000 bee stings. There are 2 kinds of causality in the world. The Western form from lazy aristocrats is finding that one very, very rare point in a system where slight inputs change the whole state of the system. That's the tipping point way of causing things. And then the Eastern way is the way you move an elephant is 10,000 bee stings. Tweak 10,000 parts all over the system to get one problem in one part of the system permanently go away. Now, these 2 causality models have been put to the test worldwide in every country of the world for a 40-year period, and the 10,000 bee stings approach enormously defeated the Western approach of finding tipping points. So these elite Harvard guys are worthless. These elite University of Chicago guys are worthless. These elite American minds are worthless. They just really are greeds and psychopaths. What works is the Japanese approach of training 100,000 workers in a workforce in sophisticated multivariate statistics over a 20-year period, step by step, by giving them new tools every 4 years until 6 4-year periods later, they are doing structural equation modeling models of their workplace problems. You get, at Fuji Xerox, you get 1,200 work groups a year, blue collar, not college educated, doing statistics more sophisticated than the average MIT PhD dissertation in the year 2012. I am not exaggerating. You get every year at Fuji Xerox 1,200 work groups, blue collar educated only, doing better statistical and scientific analysis of problems and especially of machinery, electronic data interchange, all kinds of root causes of workplace problems than MIT doctoral students do in the year 2012.